We return to the Kentucky River at Cummins Ferry RV Resort and Marina with Plein artists of Central Kentucky. Our host is resort co-owner and artist Ken Garcia, who spoiled us with food and homemade cookies shaped like an artist's palette of colors with a pretzel as the paintbrush. Welcome to my art journey. I'm Roger Snell, celebrating the beauty of life and second chances. Every paint out begins with scoping out the scene and the many choices, and here at Cummins Ferry RV Resort and Marina there's all kinds of choices down by the river. I like the limestone palisade and the reflection into the water. I moved those trees over a little bit so I could work that into the painting and kind of give me a foreground and something to frame the left side. We had been here earlier in the year, and I'll link to that video at the end, and everybody painted the waterfall, which is an obvious iconic site there at the scene, but I painted that the first time and actually sold the painting before the paint was even dry. And I decided this time, well, I didn't want to duplicate that. I didn't want to paint the waterfall again, so I was looking for all kinds of other scenes. There's the beautiful location of the RV park right along the river. And want to show you a few more of those scenes and highlights of the choices that I had to paint. The fall colors are just beginning to show, and we're talking about maybe going back in a couple of weeks when the leaves are at peak. That's Pat Williams in the foreground and Fran in the background. And they chose to do probably the sensible thing, and that was paint the waterfall. Not that any of it was easy. Here you see my beginning lay-in where I put in the underpainting. I used Indian yellow this time to really have what I call liquid sunshine, is what Indian yellow is like to me. And I wanted to really focus on where the light is hitting and reflecting into the water and make that the focal point. And so you're seeing the progress as I continue here with my painting. And you'll see a photo that was shot of me, the location where I was, under the shade and not having to use my umbrella, and painting from that spot. And here's a look at the step-by-step progress. I would say I painted probably for about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, to get all the way to the finish. I did a few tweaks of the palisades, the limestone rock when I got home, but not much. And I finished off the foreground too. I added more contrast to the foreground and more definition to the trees, but trying to stay pure to a plein air. 70 to 80% of it was done on location, and then the rest were tweaks at home. Now the rest highlights the work of the other members of Plein Artists of Central Kentucky. Like everybody, we need to take it home and
figure out if it's upside down or not.
Take it home and put the finishing touches on it.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder if we did upside down, if anybody noticed.
You could say you're doing abstract now.
Yeah. Like, it's not too much difference. It's just a reflection in the water.
Looks good.
Well, we'll see if I can
I think watercolor.
I can bring it to fruition. I'll be happy.
Do you have yours, Karen, where I can show?
It's it's still parked.
Well, I may work my way up there.
Yeah.
So. Now that is good enough to sign. And you think you're hours and hours away, right?
No, I'm just finishing with a palette knife since I can't get the strokes I want with the brush.
That looks really good. Came together
So
really well.
it's all very loose today.
Oh, wow. That's as colorful as your blouse.
That's my inspiration. It's dark, kind of. They're there, and the color's kind of there, but you have to kind of.
Is there someone under that hat there?
Yeah, I got to black out the sun. I didn't think I would need it in the beginning. You know, it was so overcast.
Yeah, me too. I didn't want to set up my umbrella.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even have my umbrella set up, and then that sun came out.
I'm going to reach right in front of you so I can get a...
Okay, but it was nice because the sun came and dappled, you know, like
Yeah.
it just came through those trees, and that was all dapply, so it was...
Boy, I love your wagon and setup. You can haul a lot of stuff.
You have to. Some places, it's nice to be able to park right where you paint, but most places you can't.
And that's just a bed TV tray.
Yeah, it's a bed.
That works perfectly.
Yeah. For a like a table.
And you definitely pack all your brushes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I keep all my painting stuff together.
look
so.
at this. Those brushes are worn down to the nub.
But they're good for like leaves and things.
Yeah, yeah.